was a lot of sellers happening here. How did I know there was a lot of sellers here? How did I know that price was going to drop from this level? Well, first of all, I've got a Mogwai arrow. That's my first combination. I've got the MACD oversold, overbought, which is my second combination. Okay, we've got a nice little resistance area. I'm looking at candlestick patterns. We start to close below the TCA line. It turns red. This would be my perfect entry point into the market. Oh, what an awkward time. You caught me literally as I was pouring myself a glass of wine. If you haven't noticed by now, I love drinking wine and I enjoy drinking wine while trading. It helps just relax the nerves and gets me in the kind of zone. But I would not recommend doing it. Do not drink and trade, like drinking and driving. Don't do it. It's the worst combination. So especially don't do it while trading, because your fear and confidence just kind of goes out the window, and it's just a bad combination. Don't do it. But I like it, okay? It's quite good for me. But anyway, in today's video, we're going to be talking all about price action. I'm going to show you how to identify a trend the simple way and get into a trade the simple way with a trend. Now, I've currently took 2 trades right now on, I don't even know what I've took it on, USD. Okay, on USD. Now, this is perfect with what I'm teaching because this is a price action trade. Okay, beautiful trade. I'm going to lock these trades off at 5 pips. So what I'll do is I'll just wait till these go to 5 pips and I'll manually close them. And to keep it to you simple, okay, look at this nice little consolidation area at the top. Beautiful. Look at the MACD. Beautiful. Not only that, when you zoom in, look at the TCA line starting to turn red. This is a beautiful sell trade. The only thing that doesn't make this a perfect setup is a Mogwai arrow. If I had a Mogwai arrow here, this would be literally a perfect setup. If we go over to the 1 hour charts, you can see, if I just bring this down like this, okay, 1 hour chart, so I've got a number of setups here. Look at this beautiful resistance there at the top. Look at that, okay. We've actually got a nice little crossover here on the MACD. Look at that, just there. Double arrow, that's a nice winner there. But I wouldn't take that because when I'm trading off the 1 hour, I draw my support and resistance off the 4 hour, okay. I'm on the 1 hour. Look at this beautiful resistance. You go down to the 5 minutes, which is the time frame I'm trading off. And then there we go. We bring this up like that. And look at this beautiful now. Look at this trade going nicely into the money. What I'll do is I'm going to close one of these trades off and I'll just let the other one. Look, notice how we're closing below that TCA line. Okay, here we go. We're going to drop down here again. Okay, nice trade here. If I've got 3 minutes to go before this candle closes. Oh, look at that. In fact, I'm going to close that off there because there we go. Okay, done. And my trading so far for this week, I said I wouldn't do a lot of trading this week. My trading so far, 100%, 14 trades. So far, I'm at 100% in April. Let's see if I can carry that on. I'm not going to be doing any trading next week because it's my birthday. But there you go. Okay, I'm on 100% so far this week, 14 trades. I'm quite happy with that. That's a nice little sell. Anyway, going back to today's lesson. Let me pause the video, set my charts up, and I'll show you how to get into trades with the trend the simple way. So I'll pause the video. I'll be straight back. Right, I'm back. Are you ready to learn something new? Grab a pen and paper, grab your notebook, make yourself a coffee or a glass of wine like myself. Sit back, take some notes, and let what I'm going to teach you absorb in and hopefully improves your trading. Okay, now first of all, I'd like to say a big shout out to all the BD members this week. Your results have been phenomenal. Just quickly going over that here, this is the VIP group where everyone kind of shares their results. Okay, first of all, big happy birthday to Mr. Mogwai himself. Michael Austin turned 40 yesterday, so big happy birthday to him. Also, Big shout out to David. He's having awesome with the binary destroyer. Again, Jason as well. Literally smashing it. Mighty Mogwire are floating at around 2.5 win ratio. Literally, Jason is on fire. Mark uploading another trading video. Again, Mr. Michael Austin himself doing some, as you can see here, beautiful. Look at that, beautiful. SL, take profit. Mogwai signal, watch the next one. Take profit gets hit. Look at that. Okay, beautiful in the money. And then now he's using a trailing stop loss and locking in those pips. That's awesome from Mr. Mogwire. In fact, I wouldn't expect anything less because it's this guy who invented the Mogwai strategy. So obviously he is going to be smashing it. Anyway, so let's grab a pen and paper. Now, as beginners, as traders, the biggest mistake you lot make, and you don't realize this, is you get confused by everything. There's so much information out there that it can be overwhelming. Okay, you know, do this, do that. You want to trade like this, you don't want to trade like that. You want to take a trade here, you don't want to take a trade here. You want to buy Euro USD, you want to sell Euro USD. Well, what do I do? Who do I listen to? To be successful in trading, first of all, find yourself a decent mentor. If you want to pick me, that's fine. I'd love to teach you. If not, do trading in steps, a step-by-step guide. Okay. Now, obviously, when you do a step-by-step guide, it makes your learning easier because you would learn one thing and then move on to the next thing. So you can find out where your strengths and weaknesses are and how far you are progressing in your learning because you know what step you're on. And we're like this big in the BD family. Okay, the way we work is we do step 1, which is candlestick patterns. Once you've mastered candlestick patterns, move on to step 2, which is trends. Okay, there's no point going from step 1 to step 5 if you haven't mastered step 2, 3, 4 in the process. So step-by-step guide helps you to be successful. Okay, now let's just quickly go over the charts here and I'll show you how to get into trades with a trend the simple way. Now, first of all, I'll explain to you quickly how the market moves. Okay, so we've got this little box just here, right? Quite simple, little box. I'm going to make this different color so you can see. The market moves from supply and demand. People buying and people selling. So you've got sellers here like this and you've got buyers here, right? The more people are selling, the more price is going to go down. Correct? The more people are buying, the price goes up. It's pretty much like that. Now, there's different factors on why people buy and people sell in trading. For some, it could be economical news. It could be price action. It could be support and resistance. It could be candlestick patterns. It could be their strategy. It could be supply and demand. It could be interest rates. The Great British Pound is doing weak. Okay, the dollar is getting more strength. Boris Johnson said something. Donald Trump said something. Market manipulation. There's different factors that people buy and sell in the market. But in truth, okay, when people buy and there's more people buying, price goes up. Okay, when people sell, price goes down. Okay, that's how the market moves. Unless you have billions of pounds in your trading account, you will not be able to move the market, right? You will not be able to influence it. So it doesn't matter how much you learn from trading, you'll never get 100%. It's impossible, okay? You can't move the market, right? So, like I said, more people sell, price goes down. More people buy, price goes up. Once you understand that, the next step is to work out where sellers would sell and buyers will buy, okay? Now, like I said, there's different factors. Interest rates, economical news, Great British Pound getting weak, whatever, right? Different factors. The main one is supply and demand, support and resistance zones. When price comes up to a major resistance area, there's going to be a lot of sellers there because people are seeing that resistance area. They're anticipating that price is going to reject from that resistance area. So more people are going to be selling from that resistance area than they are buying, because you're not going to buy into a resistance area. Okay, so you want to start to look for those resistance areas like that. Okay, so the easiest way to do that is to just zoom out like this, and what we'll do is we'll just do this on a blank chart. Okay, so let's bring up the binary destroyer. Okay, let's bring up some naked price action, and let's just draw some support and resistance. Right, so let's go over to the 1 hour chart. The more higher the time frame, the more respected support and resistance are. The reason being is because the people that have the money that are moving the market are looking at these time frames. So when you trade off these time frames, you're in essence trading like they are. They're seeing, or you're seeing what they're seeing. Okay, these key levels, these key resistance area. So let's just have a look at the 4 hour. Okay, so we've got a nice double top pattern here, just there on NZUSD, and the reason being is if we go over to, let's say, the weekly charts, okay, and I bring this across like that, and I carry on bringing it like this, okay, there we go. So on NZJPY, there is a weekly resistance area here. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, maybe 4 touch, 5 touch. Okay, you can even, if you want to go onto the weekly, okay, you can see this nice one here as well. Nice little break and retouch. Look at that nice bit of, I'll just bring up my pen. Nice bit of support, nice bit of support, nice bit of resistance, 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 right? You see what I'm doing here, right? So why did price go down here? Because everybody started selling here, because they seen the weekly resistance area. So when you go down from the weekly now to the, let's say, 1 hour, let's have a look at the 1 hour. Oh, let's go 4 hour. Okay, we have got now this double top pattern. Why did price come up to this area and drop? Because of the weekly resistance. Price came up to this area and there was more sellers selling here than there was buying. Okay, so we look for these areas to enter the market. Okay, now here's where it kind of gets a bit kind of more, you know, simpler. Okay, so step 2, well, step 1 is to understand how the market moves. Okay, step 2, start to mark up your support and resistance. Okay, start to look at these areas where people are buying and people selling. Let's look at just here. See this nice little comes down, goes up. Why did this happen? Why did all of a sudden price go down and price go back up? There must be a reason. Let's have a look. It's quite simple once you start to mark up your charts. So let's go like that. Okay, let's just drag this across like this. Okay, I'm just going to move myself out of the way. I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, oh, there we go. Right, there we go. So I'm just going to bring this down. In fact, let's have a look on the daily. Okay, I'm just going to keep it coming like that. There we go. Right, so not the best, but you can see here a nice bit of resistance just here, a nice bit of support just there, and again a nice bit of support off the daily time frame. It's not the best, okay, but to ask the question, why did price on the 4 hour do this? And that's because of a support area. Clearly there was a lot of buyers here and thought, you know what, price is going to continue up, and it did. Okay, and again, why did price come down like this? Because there was a lot of sellers at this level, right? Quite simple. If you mark it up like that, okay, you start to see this nice little break and retouch. You'll probably see it better on the 1 hour, and there we go. Okay, see this nice bit of support just there, touch, 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 touch here. We're marking them up. Okay, so once we understand this here, and you see that price is going to reject from this resistance area, what we want to do next is get into trades with the trend. So you can start to understand what's going on here. Okay, price is bouncing from support and resistance areas, okay, because price comes here, buyers force the price up, price comes here, sellers force the price down. Okay, so there's clearly a lot of sellers in the market right now because price is going down. Now, here's another thing. How to identify trades with the trend. Quite simple. A moving average, right? So I'm just going to insert a moving average. So just a simple moving average, a 100 EMA exponential moving average. I'm going to make this a different color as well. I'm going to make it black so you can see, right? There we go, like this. Now, here's where it kind of gets a bit simpler, right? We don't need to overcomplicate our trading. The more easier you make your trading, the more rewarding and easier your trading becomes. Quite simple, okay? If you want to overcomplicate your trading and get stressed out and confused, that's fine. You know, you can do that. I don't particularly like doing that. I like keeping trading simple. I like enjoying trading, okay? It's quite simple. We look at this moving average. If price is above the moving average, it's an uptrend. Price is below the moving average, downtrend. That is it, right? No messing, okay? Price is below it, it's downtrend. Price is above it, uptrend. So as you can see here, price is below it. So it's telling me a lot of sellers. Now, here's where it gets a bit more simpler. If price is below the moving average, it's a downtrend. So what we're looking for, sell trades. You wouldn't buy here because it'd be against the trend. We're looking for sell trades. If price is above the moving average, we're looking for buys. So we've instantly eliminated what we're doing here, okay? If price is below the moving average, we're looking for sells. If price is above the moving average, we're looking for buys. So as you can see here, what do you think is happening like right now? Price is below. This is not actually a very good example because we're kind of going sideways at the minute, okay? As you can see here, we trend up and down. This is a bad explanation because we want to see a clear trend like this. Let me just go back to a blank chart as well, and I'll go back in time to, we'll get rid of that one here, and we will look at something, and I'll add moving average back in. Where's my moving average? Insert indicators, moving average, trends, moving average. There we go, 100 exponential. Add that in like that. There we go. Right. Okay. So here we go. Uptrend. See that? Price is above the moving average. Uptrend. Now here's the trick. Here's the thing that let's do a step-by-step guide. Remember, I'll bring myself back in now. Remember, step one. Why does the market move? People buying, people selling. So let's just mark up our resistance here, right? So we've got our support line just here, right? See that? I'll just move myself again. Zoom in. Nice little bounce here. See that? Touch, touch, touch. So as you can see here, nice bit of support line. What does that tell me? There was more buyers here than there was selling. Price came down. These buyers thought, great idea. There's a trade coming up. I'll buy the market. Price goes up, literally rallies up. I mean, not just go up, it rallies up. Okay, so when I see this now, I'm thinking, great, we're going up. Not only that, remember what I said, we are now above the moving average. So we're looking for buys. I'm not looking for sales, I'm looking for buys. Quite simple. Price is above the moving average. We're looking, let me bring myself back in. We're looking for buy trades. Remember what I said? If price is below the moving average, we're looking for sell trades. Okay, so once we're above this moving average like this, we start to look for buy trades. This is where we would load the binary destroyer up and start to look for buy setups in the market, okay? Now, this would be whatever your strategy is you're trading. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the actual strategy because some of you might be BD members, some of you might not be BD members, okay? But we would look for possible entries like this. This is a possible break and retouch of that support line there. See that? Okay, we go back up. And to be honest with you, what does help is including a zigzag. A zigzag, right, is completely free. It's built into MT4. We add this in like this, and I'll make this a different color. How would I do that? Indicators like this, zigzag like this, and I'll just make it a bit thicker. And I'll make it purple, then blue like that. Okay, so here we go, right? See what I'm doing here now? Okay, so price is above the moving average. What we're looking for, buy signals. Quite simple, okay? So uptrend, pull back, we buy the market there. uptrend, pull back, buy the market there. Okay, that's it. That could not be any more simpler, right? Again, and then now we can go in an uptrend, 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 and now we looks like we're starting to go into a downtrend. So let's again just do a quick recap of what I said. When you're going to start to understand charts and understand price action, understand why price action happens. People sell, price goes down, people buy, price goes up. Once you start to understand that, start to mark up your charts and understand where people would sell and where people would buy, okay, from support and resistance, key levels, and everything like that off the higher time frame. Once you start to do that, okay, and you see the price bouncing off these resistance area, pop a moving average in. Put a 100 EMA. If price goes below it, you know you're looking for sell signals, okay? You're looking for sell signals off that resistance area, or if price is above the moving average, you're looking for buy signals above the moving average, okay? To give you an example here, I'm just going to load up some quick binary destroyer. Again, here's a nice little example here, okay? We've got a nice support line here. You see me take these trades all day long in my videos, okay? And just going over what I've just told you, okay? We've got a resistance area here. Again, there was a lot of sellers happening here. How did I know there was a lot of sellers here? How did I know that price was going to drop from this level? Well, first of all, I've got a Mogwai arrow. That's my first combination. I've got the MACD oversold, overbought, which is my second combination. Okay, we've got a nice little resistance area. I'm looking at candlestick patterns. We start to close below the TCA line. It turns red. This would be my perfect entry point into the market. Once you start to understand that, you can literally pick off these trades all day long. Okay, let's look at USD CAD, right? Downtrend. See this? Okay, I'm just going to move myself out of the way. Okay, we've got some sells here. Okay, so we've got a nice little resistance area at the top here, just there, right? I'm just going to pop myself out like this. This is not the best currency pair to do it on, but I'll do it anyway. Okay, so we've got oh, hold on, what we've done there. Okay, again, going back to this, just zoom in like this. Here we go. This particular setup like this. Okay, we've got this particular setup just here. So we've got our resistance area. I've got a Mogwai arrow. We haven't crossed over on the MACD yet. Okay, let's just pull it back up, and now we cross over on the MACD, just literally just here. Okay, so if I just pop this like this, hold on, I'm going to pop this like this, just there. Okay, so I've got resistance area, I've got a nice little rejection wick, I've got a Mogwai arrow, I've got a MACD crossing over. If you'd entered on the Mogwai arrow, you might get 5 pips. If you're a little bit patient and you've got a bit more experience like me, you'd probably enter on the crossover on the MACD, maybe around this signal here. Literally, you have a stop loss of around 10 pips. This trade goes 10 pips. In and out, no messing. That is pretty much how you do it. Over time, you will start to get better and better and better. And this is how, when you see my YouTube videos and you see me doing 85, 90% win ratios every single month, is because I understand those key things in a step-by-step process. So when I trade, I look for these things. Why is price moving? Support and resistance. I look for candlestick patterns. I look for the MACD overbought or sold. I look for my Mogwai arrow, and that is it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you took something from it. Like I said, you got any questions over whatever I say in a YouTube video, pop me an email, thebinarydestroyer@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to help. Thank you for watching.